We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live.
Yes, let's jump right into it, man. Let's cut to the chase. Steve Harvey wants to slap Katt Williams, and that's what he said during the Invest Fest. RJ.
Yes. He does want to slap him. He said it publicly during Invest Fest on a stage where he knew that there were a lot of people there and also that he was being recorded. Now, Katt Williams, according to him, has been known to punch people in the belly. So I think Steve Harvey should watch out because if he doesn't watch out, he might feel something in the liver area and go down. But before we proceed, guys, thanks for tuning in. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. KR.
Yeah, man, what a crazy time. What a crazy time to be alive. We are talking, of course, about Steve Harvey, who just fired back at Katt Williams. It started back in January 2024 when Katt decided to join Club Shay Shay and spill it all. He talked about a bunch of comedians, and one of them was also Steve Harvey. I'm gonna play the audio of the clip of that interaction. In the interaction they had back in January, so you understand what he was talking about. I'm not gonna show the video because I don't know if there is a copyright strike hiding around the corner. Fair use.
Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke?
Yeah.
He said it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you drink anymore the way I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you.
Yeah, that was a crazy. Everyone reminds that rant. I mean, that interview got, I think, at this point, around 73 million views. So everyone has seen it. Steve is probably remembered by fans, his close associates every day by what was said here. RJ.
Yeah. And that was just, I think that's not even the worst part. That's where he exposed the man unit part. But it's clear that he dislikes, because he also talked about it. I mean, it was a 2.5-hour show, I believe, more or less. And he even talked about them being a group. So Seth, Steve, Mark Curry, I believe. No, not Mark Curry. Seth, Steve, and a couple of other people. But they are gatekeepers, is what he calls them. They are he called Kevin Hart a plant. So he wasn't kind to them, and he said that they always try to avoid him, including Steve Harvey, if I have to believe what he said, because he says that he tours throughout the whole year and he never bumps into them.
Yep.
So Steve Harvey was known for his high top. People like, and that was part of his brand. Now to come and say that was a man unit. Now he's bald. Steve's been bald for a long time, but Steve has a story, a motivational story about his his barber. Do you know this?
Makes you beg the question: is this story made up? But continue, Audrey.
That's what people are asking. But hey, let's go to let's go to Steve's reaction.
Yeah, so fast forward to Invest Fest in August 2024, and Steve finally addressed those jabs in the only way he could, by telling the audience not to engage with haters, according to him. Or maybe it's haters, maybe it's truth talkers. I don't know. Let's listen to what Steve had to say. And fair use.
Penny and the ass hater who is, and you'll never have a hater that's doing better than you. Always know that. Don't get off the wall to dress some penny any ass boy who ain't got shit going for himself. Now you done stopped your climb up on the wall so you can come down here and talk to his little punk ass. Don't do that, man. I stay away from it. Now, do I want to? Yes. Because I'm a human being and I'm hood. I used to be a fighter and I still got hands. They slow, but if you get up on me real close, I can still knock your monkey ass out. I just don't have the quickness I have. But I still know how to turn my hip and shift that weight, and I'll knock your short ass out. I'll shoot your perm straight out your head. I see it. Penny Annie ass.
Yeah, so people are saying he didn't mention Katt's name, but the remark about short, perm, yeah,
the
so
perm, the short and perm.
yeah, and well,
It's either Cat Williams or Reverend Al Sharpton.
oh man, but hey man, it's crazy, and I mean he's a comedian, so he's trying to make a joke out of it, but if you look at this on a serious note, I think it's a bad idea for old heads to try to fight, because I've seen some old heads getting knocked out in Vegas last week. I don't know if you've seen that video, RJ.
I didn't.
Well, good thing you didn't. There were two old heads. I'm not gonna show the video. Two old heads with a young guy, and from some way somehow they got into it. The video starts when one is already on his knees, on his way down, and the other one was about to get knocked out. And the guy continued punching while the guy was going down. And one of the guys was lying down. I think they are in the same age range as Steve. He was lying down and probably asking himself what he was doing in Vegas being knocked out. So it's not a good idea for old heads to think they still got hands if you haven't fought in years and think you can get back up and throw some jabs, and then before you know it, you can move with younger people. Not to say that Katt is a young guy. He's older as well, but don't forget, Katt said he could run the 40-yard dash in 10 seconds, and he did it. Or was it 9? Not sure. He was pretty close to the number.
Pretty close.
He wasn't. It wasn't below it, but it was pretty close. A lot of people said he wouldn't make it.
It was still impressive. It was still impressive
at his age. So he still has the speed. You can imagine. Well, hey man, I mean it's a jokes. It's all jokes, but I think what Katt said might have hurt him a little bit. RJ.
Yeah. I think people forget that show business has two aspects to it: show and business. And as the consumers, you need to realize that a show is being put on. Too many times people think that the people they see on TV or on stage is that same person in real life. No, it's a persona. And that's one thing. Second of all, there's a script being written, and you're watching what they want to let you see. Now, that doesn't only go for movies, TV series, musicians, concerts, but also the news. It's a show that's being put on. There's a business that you pay for with your attention and or your money. And we, speaking French, as human beings, I don't have to say, you know, KR, I'm gonna start following your lead in this one. Not we. You guys watch these people. You guys watch these people and you believe them. And now you have Team Katt and you have Team Steve. I don't think no one is Team Cedric, but you have like teams now and you're gonna defend one side versus the other. Hey man, it's their sport. It's what they do. They have rivalries. Just like you and I, KR. We watch sports and maybe you root for a team, I root for a team. You know how many people break up friendships because of discussions about football or whatever?
I imagine. I can tell you why. If I would have a friend that's a cowboy fan, and every year they say it's their year, I would break too. But
yeah, but you do have some realistic Cowboys fans, so that's still
yes, they are starting to pop up this year. It's the first time I haven't heard them say it's our year. But I mean, when was the last time? It's 20 years of disappointment. At a certain point, you start becoming realistic in life.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue.
It's like a yeah, it's interesting to see that how
think-
people react, how people get involved in fights like this. And hey, Steve, I mean, Steve, listen, Steve wrote a book called Think Like a Man.
Get knocked out like a
Act like a woman, think like a man.
and get
Giving
knocked
women
out.
so much information. And you know what I think it's unfair, KR? All of the married couples that I know, that have been married for like 50 years,
Mhm.
they started, not all, but a majority of them started with nothing. And both people, man and woman, worked together.
Mhm.
And as they were growing, um, as they were growing, um, they
Couple or as an individual.
man, so they started together, but as they were growing, the man could stand on his 2 feet. The woman had a child, so probably couldn't work as much. The man took over. So it was something that happened throughout their lifetime. So that's building together. Now you as a millionaire, multi-millionaire, making good money. Shout out to you, Steve. Ain't hating on your money at all. But now you're gonna write a book to tell women what they should look for. I think you've divorced. Yeah, I mean, that's what act like a woman, think like a man is.
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah. Well, I haven't read it, but
And now, but you had a couple of failed divorces, and now you want to give advice, but the advice you're giving is not you when you started. And you, when you started, left all the people that were there with you at the beginning, or at least they broke up with you for whatever reason. And then you ended up marrying a woman who
Let's
is
not go
being
there.
gang banging. The
Which
gangster,
one? Which one of the definitions are you talking about right
the
here?
gangster,
Be
the
clear.
gang,
Okay,
the gang.
okay. Because some would suggest it's the other one as well.
When I said it, I realized that it could be interpreted into it. And yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to have a guy like that write a book. No, it's not ridiculous. No, sorry, I don't hate him for writing the book. You can go ahead, you can read the book, but some people take it and I
As
mean,
gospel.
yeah. Hey, to each
I
their
mean,
own.
there are flat earthers in life. So I mean, if we are acceptors, we, we accept flat earthers. I mean, people can believe whatever they want. Hey, but I do agree with you on that. By the way, relating to the show being put on. The question is now, how will Cat clap back? Will Cat show up next January again? Will he make it a annual Cat pop out
Show
on
ninjas.
Shannon Sharp and show comedians how it's done? They will he pop out in January and just slap some people around figuratively?
It would be dope if he comes again. And if he comes again, Shannon's gonna, well, it can go two ways, right? Because sequels aren't always
I
the best.
think whatever sequel will come will do better than any video he has recorded with a R&B singer who cries all the time.
Tyrese.
Even if he does 40 million, it's still better than the average video he puts out. So maybe I mean, you can look at it
I
from
mean,
a
yeah. The average,
from a
the
business
best
perspective.
averages were like 10 million, 15 million tops,
10.
I think. So,
Yeah,
and Cat Williams, at the moment of this recording, the Cat Williams episode has surpassed 73 million. That's crazy, KR.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's Mr. Beast numbers.
For sure.
Yeah, well, hey, man, guys, it's your turn to weigh in on this situation. What do you think about this brewing feud between Steve and Cat? Um, do you think they should pick up the gloves and put a celebrity boxing match, or should they scrap it out in the streets? Or do you believe Steve should have taken the high road instead of trying to threaten, maybe in a funny way, Cat? Or should Cat just leave it as is and let Steve have his shot? Or last one, was Cat out of line? That's also that's also a way to look at it. Let us know in the comments. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. RJ.
Yeah. Drop the comments down below. And guys, don't forget as well to like, subscribe, hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Remember as well, we drop updates on different stories where we discuss random topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. So if you have an uncommon lesson that you think can be extracted from an uncommonplace situations, let us know in the comment section below as well. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments and also in the next segment. KR.
I'm going back to Reddit. RJ, you always have a Reddit story for us where, I mean, commonplace situations. How do we think about it? Maybe you have another commonplace situation now. Let us know in the comment. Oh, Jesus. I'm so into the Let us know. Tell us more about the situation.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about a wife who, according to the husband, is insensitive to his burnout. And of course, guys, remember to
To her
subscribe,
burnout.
hit the notification bell, like, and share the video. But the story goes as follows. The title is "My wife of 33 years old is
Oh,
oblivious to my burnout," and the guy is 30. How
mm.
do I get her to understand? KR, I know what KR is thinking. I'm just waiting for KR to put on his gear so we can start. Got the
You can
glasses on.
start that. You can start. You
All
can
right.
start off.
So it goes as follows. My wife and I have been married for 4 years with 2 kids. I work full time and she stays home with the kids. Generally, I'm working 12 hours and then I come home, and most nights I'm cooking dinner, doing dishes, and putting kids to bed. Sometimes I send her to bed early because she's overstimulated from the kids.
What? Who's cooking? Who's cooking and cleaning?
The guy. I'll repeat it. My wife and I have been married for 4 years with 2 kids. I work full time. And she stays home with the kids.
Yeah.
Generally, I'm working 12 hours and then I come home, and most nights I'm cooking dinner, doing dishes, and putting kids to bed.
Okay.
Sometimes I send her, meaning the wife, to
Uh-huh.
bed early because she's overstimulated from the kids. By the end of it, I'm dead tired.
Mm-hmm.
This is not reciprocated in any way. If I ask for a break or an afternoon off, it's immediately shut down. So when he asks for permission not to, anyways, whenever I ask for one of these chores to be done by her, she treats it as if it nearly kills her. And of course, I'm just bombarded with posts from this group and other mom groups about how being a stay-at-home mom is hard. At a certain point, I just keep doing this routine to stop feeling guilty and hope I can just work hard enough to earn some goodwill. Oh my God. But
Wow.
now I'm just angry all the time. I'm spending my weekends just trying to be as quiet as I can because being social is too hard now. Sometimes I snap at my wife and or my kids. But I'm not mad. I'm just tired and want a break. And they want to break your back, sir. Anyway, for
Cool
your
to
information, I'm doing blue collar work. So between commutes and everything else, it ends up being 12 hours daily. 12 hours of work daily. Childcare is way too expensive. I'm also not understanding. Oh, okay. So that's this is the reaction to. Based on what I just read, I'm also not understanding the hate. I can already imagine who reacted to this post. But KR,
the
first
hate.
your thought. He's saying he has a burnout. Of course, he's exaggerating because he doesn't have a burnout, but he's just tired.
I've
I
heard
think the
he's
problem is I think
tired.
the problem is the wife doesn't understand that he needs help and assistance. Your point of view, KR.
I've seen articles in the past. I'm a reading type of guy. I like to read enough to understand all situations. I've read in the past about single in a relationship, women that say that they go to work, they take care of the kids, they go home, they cook, they clean, and the man does nothing. This sounds like the opposites. Well, not the opposite. It's the man who's single and in a relationship. It could be not. I think paying for a nanny or whatever solution to send the kids off is probably not gonna work because the price of what of that service usually is almost a full salary of the wife in that case. So gotta ask yourself it's if that's efficient or not. If you have a third party raising your kids, which is not ideal. I think the wife is a little bit not cooperative in this situation. I mean, these are the things you have to talk about before you get kids. How you gonna cooperate in certain situations? I mean, you should have a understanding, and you shouldn't find yourself having kids and then find out the person is not working with you to make the best of a hard situation, because having kids is not easy. Ki- Kids are dependent up until a certain age, so you have to spend time with them. You have to make sure they don't jump and do weird things, jump off a couch and hit their head and stuff like that. So that's understandable. I don't know what ages are the kids again.
Doesn't say, but they've been married for 4 years and they have two children. So I'm guessing
Doesn't have to be within the
that
marriage.
they're still very young.
Yeah, they are definitely young. Yeah. So yeah, it's very important to know what ages these kids are, though, because if one of them is going to school every day, that changes the whole discussion as well. So those are the moving parts you have to take into consideration when talking about these kind of topics. Are these kids, is one of them going to school, or is only, or both of them at home? What
He
does
talks
the
about
mom do the whole day?
Yeah, he's talking about childcare. So I'm guessing they're staying at home.
Yeah, so they're probably less than 4, under 4 years old. Um, yeah, in that case, I think I understand the overstimulation. Maybe the mom is also not. First of all, if you can handle one, why? Well, anyway, yeah, it's hard to say. I think they have to have a real discussion about this, because he's heading for a burnout. That's for sure. And if he burns out, the money won't be there. They will. I guarantee you, they will divorce. I guarantee you. This looks like it's heading for divorce already, but
Yeah.
yeah. It would be a shame for the kids, but it's looking like it's heading towards divorce. There ain't no other way to.
I mean, KR, this is my point. Stay at home being a stay at home mom is hard, they say. Let's assume that it is. Does that mean that his job isn't hard? He's a blue collar worker, he said. So that's the first part.
Yeah.
The second thing that came to mind, KR. This is very noteworthy.
Kids sleep a
Being a stay
lot,
at
right?
home mom. But you work 12 hours, that's including the commute.
Yeah.
And then you come home and cook dinner, do the dishes, and put the kids to bed. What the hell does the mom do? And why is it hard for her? Because usually it's hard because the mom is doing everything else at home.
Yeah,
But
usually
what
it
does the
is.
mom do? You're not cooking. You're not washing dishes. Are you cleaning every day? Is being with the kids so exhausting that you can't do anything else?
But kids sleep as well, right? If they are pretty young, they sleep a
Yeah.
lot. They don't jump from 7 o'clock to 7. It's impossible.
Yeah. And what the guy is doing, he said, I at a certain point, I just keep doing this routine to stop feeling guilty and hope I can just work hard enough to earn some goodwill. You're lost, man. She
Goodwill
already lost respect for you, and she's not gonna respect you. Fighting for goodwill?
yeah, it's the cooperation part, man. You have to cooperate to go forward. It's a team effort. These people think it's solo. They think they're they're Kobe in relationships. It's not gonna work. You have to be like LeBron, pass, assist. By the way, I just came up with that one. Whew! You have that's how you have to be. I mean, I mean, I mean, I understand that the mom at the end of the day passes the care of the kids, putting the kids to sleep to the dad, right? That I mean, that continues the kids' bond with the dad because if you don't do that, that's already like the mom is doing everything. So that part, the cooking part, I think that's a bit that maybe should have been allocated to the mom. Um, but then again, I have to know more about the kids in this situation. Are these kids special? Do they need special care? It's a bit there's not enough information. But if I assume these kids are normal and um they don't need extra care, I would say the mom is momming totally wrong. What
I
I
don't think.
do know, what I
Sorry.
do know is moms usually, well, what I've known from the past is that if you put a kid to work early, they will fall asleep at a certain point. They will do the midday nap that gives you time to do some stuff, get some stuff done. You can cook during the nap and stuff like that. It's time management. You have to learn how to manage the time. But if you're sitting there watching the kids 24/7 or let's say those 12 hours, yeah, of course it's gonna you don't have time to do anything. Maybe the mom is very bad at time management and also managing the kids. Kids management. Maybe I have to write a book, how to manage kids, and then interview well moms, not former moms, moms about how they set up their kids during when they were young. Hey, maybe that's a business idea.
How,
Don't take
how
it,
to
guys.
manage how to manage kids would be a crazy
Kids
MBA subject.
management. Kids management. That's how I'm gonna call it. Or the book. Yeah. But take it away,
Well,
RJ.
KR, to be honest, I don't want to be involved in anything with the name kid in it, to be honest. As your lawyer, as your unofficial lawyer, I advise you not to do so either. Kids management.
Why?
You're
Why?
crazy,
Kids
man.
management.
It should be parenting management for parents or something.
Nah. You know why? This is the thing, right? If you look if you see parenting done right or you see kids management, which one triggers you? The
Um,
trigger. Which one
the
is
second one
triggering?
triggers me to call. The second one triggers me to call the officials on you.
Okay, then you open the book and see what's in it. It's called marketing.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I heard what you say. It's called marketing. Once you open the book, it will give you 10,000 good ideas on how to parent right. It's just the name of the book. It doesn't mean that you're
You're in logistics.
how to handle kids efficiently. Yo. You start putting kids in brackets. You start creating flow charts of kids, how they have to yo. Green daddy, green belt, green daddy, black belt, black daddy. Oh no, that sounds bad. That's wrong.
Ah, no,
Hey,
no, 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 no.
hey, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey guys, if you steal this, I'ma sue you. No, no, all jokes aside,
Black
RJ.
Daddy. Oh man.
Black daddy. Who's your black daddy? Yeah, this sounds crazy.
Yeah, yeah. You should also include a chapter for nannies there, man.
Hey, hey. But anyway,
You should. So it's one. So a person can be the best possible nanny on paper. But if she's too hot, I don't recommend you. I recommend you not to. I recommend you to look for an older lady. Hoping she's not a freak.
What are you talking about? Are you assuming every guy can't manage his horniness? What are you? Where are you going? Are you assuming? Is this it? What kind? Where are you going?
Guys in the chat, guys and ladies in the chat, please let us know.
Black. First of all, before you continue, black men don't cheat. Men don't cheat.
Yeah, thanks. Guys in the chat and ladies in the chat, please let us know. Do you think it's a good idea if the nanny is super hot?
You watch too many videos, man. I'm not gonna call the type of videos you're talking about. OF. They happen to be on OF. Nanny PUPOR. Anyway.
You could have stopped at the first letter. That's also a search. That's also a search.
Yo, did you hear about talking about P? The letter P. The letter P. I'm talking about the letter P.
Yeah,
the letter P. There was this former NFL player who was on meds. He was on a flight. He was on a flight. He said he had the wrong sleeping pills or something like that, or the wrong pills. On the flight, he whipped out the baby arm and started releasing it.
Didn't even understand what you said, man.
He started emptying his bladder on the old.
No.
He got arrested. My God. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh man. Anyway, guys, stay safe out there. This is a second. If you see a man whip something out, to watch, run. This is going off the rails. Hey, let's bring it back. Reel it back in. Reel it back in.
Guys, ladies, let us know your thoughts and opinion
man.
on the nanny part as well. But more specifically in this instance, do you guys think that the guy is doing too much? Is he not doing enough? Is what the wife is asking or demanding, I have to say, reasonable or not? Please let us know in the comment section down below. With that being said, KaiR, we can move to the next segment.
Yes, give me 2 seconds. Let me 2 seconds. Because I'm already crying. That story was crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's gonna be on the that's a story that's going to be in the short thought. Well, we're gonna dive. I wasn't planning to on that, but let's go for the second topic of today. Hey man, Drake is trying to clap back. He's trying to get back at Kendrick. I mean, he clearly lost the first round. It seems like he wants to enter a second one. RJ.
Yeah, I don't know if you should answer. Yeah. First and foremost, I don't know if he should. And also because my reasoning is, why with Kendrick? He already won. Why would he get involved again? You know what I'm saying? But before you proceed with this, guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification icon. KaiR.
Yeah, so it seems like Drake is hinting towards a second round. And he did that through
the Ghost Riders.
Let me share my screen. He shared a story with the following. Fair use.
Page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win game 2.
Backing off.
We will win game 2.
Well, you know who this is and when this happened.
I'm a Detroit fan, man. Rasheed Wallace. It was probably in 2004
So he's
Now,
renting.
proudly that I'm a Detroit fan. I don't know why I did that because they've been on a heavy drought this last this last decade actually. So, but yeah, continue.
Man, maybe they'll come back like Drake, back to back.
Okay.
A minor. Also, then Nature Academic shared also a video, a picture actually, and a video. So on Twitter, he shared. Let me share. Let me zoom in a little bit. Drake and Five, and this is what this. If those who don't remember, back when Toronto was in the finals, or it was the year after, Drake had the following to say.
Listen, we have the best player, we have the best fans in the whole NBA, in the whole world. Look around you. Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here. Look around at the square. I promise you right now, we did this. Doesn't matter what anybody says. They can say it's disrespectful. They can say it's this and that. And that. Everybody's within the rules. Everybody's doing their thing. All we are is proud and passionate. We are like a college sports team. Listen, we have the best.
So Drake and Five. It seems like they Drake wants to pop out, or at least have Kendrick pop out again and walk into the trap they've set for him. RJ.
Yeah, and why would Kendrick do that? No, so there's no point actually. This is just sad, I believe. So just stay low, go to the Bahamas, go dance. You have a lot of dance songs. So go dance, go do your thing, and just slowly but surely come back. I mean, but Kendrick played not like us 6 times on Juneteenth, and all 6 times people were dancing. With every new time that the song was played, people were more hyped up. Kendrick brought different crews together, different gangs together to dance to your defeat. And so, yeah. Why would Kendrick react if Drake decides to attack him?
Yeah, that's a good question. So Savvy Universe is a content creator on IG, and he broke down this whole situation. I'm gonna share my screen. Fair use. Shout out to Savvy or Chavi. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but this is what he had to say. Fair use.
Just recently announced that he's going for a round 2 against Kendrick, but let me let you in on a secret. The first round was never over for Drake. You see, he's still releasing songs dissing Kendrick. Why? Because Drake had a problem. The only way for him to regain his superstardom is to make good music. Now, why is that a problem? I'm fun to tell you. Just listen. Well, after the world stops liking a musician, they fall down to what I like to call the second chance zone. If they make a good song or a good album, they'll become tolerated again. But if they don't, they'll fall to the he trash zone, where if in a few years they make some good music, they can slide back up again. As many of you may know, after the Taylor Swift situation, Kanye made My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. Everyone went from Taylor to, man, what's she mad for? He was right. They called Gunna snitch. He dropped some good songs. They said, damn, y'all thought gonna have to make that. But Drake's situation is actually a little bit different.
Do you agree what he had to say so far?
Yes, I agree. And I have to say that some things that he's saying is not really things that I thought about, because he seems to have. I didn't know, for example, about the dropping songs part.
He's been dropping. He dropped 100 gig of content.
Right.
Well, content. A lot of videos, 3 tracks.
So I didn't know that. This is a smart move as well, I would say. Good move by his management team. And I need to see what his ghostwriters wrote. But
Keep going back. Come on, yo. Oh man. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Fair use.
Listen, see, Kendrick Lamar's song broke so many records that Drake has no choice but to make a mega hit. But nobody likes him, so no one's gonna stream his songs. He counters this by saying, "Hey, everybody!" Everybody said, "He said, everybody, okay, I'm just gonna release my songs not on Spotify because they're cheating. They like Kendrick more than they like me." And well, I hope y'all tune in. Nobody tuned in, but Drake isn't as dumb as y'all may think. Well, actually, he is, but I'll explain why in a second. He starts releasing feeler songs. If the song's a hit, he releases it on Spotify. Everybody goes, "Yay, Drake's back." If the song is not a hit, he'll just be like, "Oh, it's just a free feeler song, no big deal." He's done this before with 0 to 100 real quick. I believe Hotline Bling and like a few other songs. Now, here's where it starts to get wicked. Since Not Like Us has been released, Drake has dropped a total of around 14 songs.
14 songs. RJ, how many of them you've heard?
None. Is the one with Sexy Red one of them?
I think that's also part of those.
And I heard that song. That was a flop. He tried to
Carmela Cabello, I think he dropped one of that as well. That's the first one that came out after Camila. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've heard maybe 2 of 14. That's crazy.
Yeah. No clue. Really don't have any clue.
Hard times at
The Drake
in
Mansion.
the OVO camp, man. Fair use.
With the likes of Lotto, 21 Savage, Camila Cabello, Playboy Cardi, and you probably haven't heard the song. Do you understand what I'm saying? When Drake drops a song, everyone listened. He dropped 14, no one listened. So on to plan B. He makes a post showing Rasheed Wallace, former Detroit Pistons player, saying, "We going for round 2, baby. We finna win." But there's more to it than that. After Rasheed said this, not only did they win the next game, they won the championship when everyone thought Detroit was going to lose against the stacked Lakers. Boy, I was hot. But I digress. So Drake is basically saying he's the underdog and he's going to come back and win. Also, Kendrick is from Los Angeles. You know, it makes sense. And what better way to get people to listen to his songs than saying, "Hey, I'm finna start round 2 against Kendrick." But here's where Drake messed up. What he doesn't understand is this isn't a rap battle. Like I explained in my Not Like Us video somewhere down there, to Kendrick, Drake is everything wrong with hip hop. So ruining Drake's life was a way to set things right, bring balance back to the universe. So for all Drake knows, he can make this round 2 announcement, release a diss song, say, "Kendrick, what now?" And Kendrick could say nothing. And that would be embarrassing. In fact, Kendrick's friend came out and said, they're leaving the Canadian Drake alone. So he finna just be dissing the air. Drake's friends told him, "Why don't you take a break from music and make people miss you? You can't tell Drake things in a bad way or he'll get mad." How do I know this? He allegedly removed Lil Yachty, his close friend, from a song for saying, "Not Like Us" was great. I could be wrong about all this though. I don't know him. Anyway, his response to his friends was, "I got a plan." His therapist then quits on him. How do I know this? This man finna sit here and say, "Kendrick Lamar told me to go see a therapist, but joke's on him. She quit on me because I won't let the Kendrick thing go." And I keep talking about women. This man said it as a flex. So what you can expect now is for Drake to release a super long album with a bunch of hits. And he might find 1 or 2, but I don't think he's going to reach the same levels of stardom he once had. What you can expect from Kendrick is a really good album to save the state of hip hop in his eyes. But Kendrick might throw in a Drake diss or 2 because Kendrick is very unpredictable. Now, show of hands of who else is tired of this beef. I know, me too. Drake, leave him alone. So Drake just
It's a great breakdown. Shout out to this guy, man.
That's a great breakdown. I really didn't know about Drake up until right before the show. Drake dropping albums. Well, yeah, I didn't, or tracks at least. I didn't know that. You said 14?
Yeah, apparently it's 14, but he also dropped 100 gig of.
But is the question here, is Drake aware that his team is doing this?
Of course. Of course he knows. He's recorded.
So you think that Drake has, so you do think that Drake is steering the organization. You don't think that he's just like the running back of the organization, but that there's a coach deciding everything.
Drake LLC is partially being run by Drake. I think he has a say in how to manage and go by
The interior design.
releasing stuff. Hmm?
So to manage the interior design of his house.
Before or after the flood? What are we talking about?
Yo, oh man.
I thought you were trying to set me up, so
I
I'm
wasn't,
already.
but I'm great. I made that remark. So
But anyway, so I think I understand what you're trying to point out, that it's management who's running these plays. I think they are partially management is partially part of that, but I think he has a big say in what happens in with Drake LLC. I'll call it Drake LLC, OVO LLC, or how you want to call it. I think he has a
okay,
big say.
fair enough.
Because
Fair enough.
if there was someone, well, if someone else was managing this whole thing, I think they would have stopped the beef earlier, and don't have it run into that whole situation where he was being set up, because it was clear that he walked into the trap. We talked about this. We had a couple of videos about this beef so far. And it was clear to me that he walked into Kendrick's trap with both eyes open. He wasn't asleep. He just sleepwalked into the trap.
It wasn't woke.
And maybe he was too woke.
Maybe it was too
Anyway.
woke, but he wasn't awake.
He wasn't awake. Nah, but all jokes aside, I think at the end of the day, maybe this restarts something. Maybe Kendrick will drop a diss or two. Who knows? It would be fun to open it up again. At the same time, I don't think Drake has a chance in round 2. But strategically, why would you give Drake a round 2? Unless you're gonna set him up again. It's a very weird situation. And there's never been a round 2 in, well, maybe that I can remember, a round 2 in a beef in hip hop. Usually it ends after one round. Yeah, usually it ends after one round. So I don't think there is a round 2 beef, but it could be the first one. RJ.
Yeah, I think that Drake is. I think there's a thin line between being a strategic master or a strategic genius and Tyrese. You should know your place. You should know your strength and weakness. You lost. It's okay. Move on. But you're trying to reignite something. At this point, you just seem. You imagine. It's just like you playing a pickup game. You lose. And you lose again. And you lose again after having trash talked. And everyone there saw you lose 3 times. And now you're like, play me again, play me again, play me again, punk. Play me again, punk.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go to the trunk.
No. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. And to think all this time, Kendrick has been silenced since the pop out. He only dropped the video clip of the song and then disappeared. He literally disappeared. He's not here anymore. We haven't seen him in months. So maybe he's working on a new album. Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be a quite interesting situations. Anything else to say about this?
Nothing else to say. No.
Okay, guys. It's now we want to hear from you. Do you think Drake taking these shots at Kendrick, will it result in a round two? Do you think Kendrick will respond, or do you think Kendrick will walk into this trap? Because it's obviously that he's baiting Kendrick. Do you expect Kendrick to maybe drop a ball on two on Drake during one of the songs of the next upcoming album? Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on this situation. I mean, hey, let's see what the community has to say. RJ.
Yes, guys, we want to know what you have to say, but also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss running topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. That being said, it's time for the short thought segment. KR.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The short thoughts are here. And in today's short thought, we're going to start off with a hacker who tried to dodge child support by faking his death. Guys, let's start with the short thoughts where we basically discuss commonplace situations and trending topics, and we give short responses on these. The first topic of today is, as I said before, the hacker who tried to dodge child support by faking his own death. And just to give you an idea, this is the guy who did it. RJ, is this a good idea to fake your own death just to avoid child support?
I mean, that's not a question I never thought that I would need to answer in my life, to be honest. Whether or not it's a good idea. I guess it depends how much the child support is, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So this guy, his name, I'm gonna open up again just so you know his name. His name is Jesse Kiff. That's, I don't know how to pronounce this, but he is a 39-year-old man, and he admitted to accessing the Hawaii death registry system in January last year, creating a case of his own death. Kiff then completed the state Hawaii's death certificate worksheet, assigned himself as the medical certifier for that case, and certified his death using digital signature of the doctor. It meant that he successfully registered as a deceased person in many government databases. Kiff admitted that he did it to avoid outstanding child support obligations of more than $100,000. This is what we were talking about as well in that case of Monday story, where we talked about Dame Dash. You start stacking that, and now you're in this situation, try to avoid it. The hacker also accessed other death registry systems and companies unrelated to attacks that carried out using stolen log in details of real physicians and workers. He was found to be offering to sell access to the systems and selling stolen databases containing private information like social security numbers to other cyber criminals on the darknet. So he didn't only try to avoid, he tried to turn it into a profit. The darknet is we don't know what a darknet is. Yeah, the damage of the governmental corporate system and his failure to pay his child support obligations amounted to a total of $196,000. So not only that you still have to pay that $100,000, you got another $95,000 on top of that. RJ, this is a lose. This is when you keep stacking losses, man. I don't understand
Ask me
people.
the question. Ask me the question again.
What was the question? Is it smart to fake your death? What was that the question?
Yeah. I don't know if it's smart to fake your death in this situation, but I would have understand if he wasn't faking it either. Because, hey man, you can outrun your stupidity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe the next
That's
step would be doing the real deal, the real thing. I hope not. Go seek Jesus. Go look for help. Seek
yeah.
Dave Ramsey, actually. You know, after you saw Jesus, seek Dave Ramsey. Let him tell you how to pay off your debt and pay off your finances.
Your child support. Oh man, this is crazy though. This is I don't know how. I mean, this you find yourself. You try to get yourself out of a hole and put yourself just in a bigger one. Sometimes people think they are digging other people's graves, but they're digging their own grave. That's the crazy part of this story. I don't know how he managed to do that, Audrey. I don't know. I don't know how. Hey man, anything else you want to say about this topic?
No, nothing else to say about this topic. Guy has a very scary face.
For those who don't know what the face is, I'm gonna show you again. He got sentenced for 7 years. I mean,
Is this
to
the
be
facial
honest,
expression?
but to be honest, RJ, usually these mugshots always have you at your worst. So it's
Maybe
not a glamour shot.
this was the facial expression when he found out he got the years.
7 years, 7 years for this crazy stuff. Ah man, and he still has to pay the restitution. Ah man, 81 months, and he has to serve 85% of that sentence. So yeah, sometimes you think you're winning, but you're building on upon your losses.
True.
Okay, guys, this is the first topic. Let's go to the second one, an unexpected one because I wasn't planning to do this topic. I had another topic in line, but sometimes you have to improvise, and this time we did it again. Second topic of today: former NFL player arrested for well emptying his bladder on an elderly woman on the plane. Fair use. I'm gonna play only the audio, and then you guys you can respond on this, RJ. And the crazy part is I'm not gonna tell the crazy part because I'm gonna leave it up to you to see if you notice the crazy story or I'll share my 2 cents as well. Okay, fair use. Let's listen to the whole story.
Seen in the sky more than an hour into a flight from Boston to Dublin over the weekend, and investigators say ex-NFL player Goster Sherilis relieved himself onto an elderly woman, forcing the plane back to Logan Airport.
I glanced up at him. I thought at first he was just going to expose himself, and then he, pulled out his penis and he started to urinate.
Connie Bush, who's from Maine, said she had no idea who the former Boston College standout was until Monday, when he appeared in court facing multiple charges, including disorderly conduct and resisting arrest.
He fully emptied his bladder on me.
In response to the accusations, Sherilis posted this on Instagram, saying in part, quote, "I took a sleeping medication that I don't normally use, which resulted in behavior that is not representative of my character, and I would like to apologize to the passengers and flight crew." Bush says after he was done urinating and saying his piece,
the guy used some expletives, and it was just like, "Don't touch me, don't touch me."
The first-round draft pick from Wakefield, who spent 8 years in the NFL, allegedly then tried sitting on another passenger.
He was very determined that the seat that he had sat down in, where the gentleman was already sleeping in that seat, was his.
Bush made a beeline for the bathroom, luckily, with a change of clothes.
A very weird experience. And it's not one I would like to repeat.
Yo, this is crazy. That's one I don't want to repeat. RJ.
Where do I start? I
You
bet you
can
this
start
woman,
wherever.
when she woke up that morning, didn't expect to ever having experienced that. I don't think. I mean, emptying your bladder on an old lady. I don't know what type of sleep medication was it, like a horse tranquilizer or I don't know what, but empty your bladder. And who was saying "Don't touch me"? Was he saying "Don't touch me" or was it the woman? Don't touch me.
This is crazy. Oh man. Oh man. First of all, Archie, why did she start moving when he started to pull out the tool? First,
I think
was she thinking it was a stripper party that he's pulling out, and she's like, "Oh my god, I, it's a it's a black peepee."
no. You have. I think you have. So flight,
Shock. I would say
fight,
shock.
flight, or freeze, and she froze. And even when she
Bruh,
decided
wait a second.
she
When
wanted to
when when
fight first. She wanted to fight. The dude said, "Don't touch me," and then
nah, she said it afterwards, but she said he said it afterwards. Bruh, she had 2 moments to flee. She froze when he pulled it out, and when let's say some fluid started flowing out, she had a second chance. She froze. Come on, man. That is crazy. That's a crazy situation, guys. It's all jokes, by the way. I hope she's doing right. All right. I don't know what kind of sleeping. Do you remember we talked about designer as well? He had this similar claims. He started pulling on his joystick while on the plane. He
remember that.
also said he had wrong sleeping pills. Maybe the biggest the biggest downfall of certain people is the sleeping pill. Guys, don't take the sleeping pill when you are going into the airplane,
Yeah.
because you might find yourself in cuffs with your Johnson out. This is crazy, man. Hey, yo, my man, what are you doing? Just imagine you hop out on the plane and you're sitting there, and someone starts whips it out and starts yo, I'm gonna punch you. Oh man, you're gonna cry for Jesus, man. I
Sure.
think you're right as well. That woman probably woke up and didn't expect to get urinated on that morning.
But this is a common story because Tyrese also talked about his episode on the
That he
Breakfast
peed on?
Club with Shay, and he also blamed it on other medication. So it wasn't sleeping pills, but I believe it was like tranquilizers. What do you
I
call
have
it?
no idea what you're trying to say right
Chill
here.
pill.
I'm not
Let's call it a chill pill.
chill
So he
pills.
also
Yeah,
said
maybe
that
that's the
it was
right
something
one.
that he took that was supposed to make him look better, so do better and be more calm. And next thing you knew, he saw
He's crying.
reruns.
He's
But
crying.
Tyrese is. I don't know if I have to believe Tyrese. To be honest,
No. So my advice could be right. Don't take chill pills
yeah.
ever. You might find yourself crying in front of a camera, or when you wake up in front of a judge, facing 10 years. What? A PO who? Huh? What?
Yeah.
What? I peed on her face? Judge, that's not true. We have the video right here, bro. Bro, I'm sorry. You might have to sit this one down.
Yeah.
Watch for the soap, they say.
Oh man.
Yo,
man.
this is crazy, man. Hey, you anything else to say about this story?
No, nothing else to say about the story. Witching the lady. all the best in therapy. And yeah,
Imagine going to talk to your therapist about this. I woke up that morning thinking I
I
was
think
flying
that's
back
left.
to Maine. Then a black guy whipped it out. I thought it was for Peep Show. I thought it was. I've never seen one before. It was my first time. I froze. Then, to my surprise, he started pointing it towards me. Yeah, I saw something coming out. I couldn't move. I already strapped. My seatbelt was already strapped. Oh man, hey lady, wish you all the best, man. And I hope you can deal with this, because sometimes apparently taking medication is not a good thing before you fly. Anyway,
Yeah. Hey man, nothing else from my end.
by the
So I
way,
think
why
yeah.
does all these weird situations happen on flight? Do you remember also Mike punching a guy in his head? For
Yeah, but
talking
the guy was baiting him though. The guy was baiting him. The guy
Imagine
was
him.
baiting.
Hey man,
Hey, it is what it is.
beware about situations in airplanes, man.
Yeah.
Keep your head on a swivel.
It is what it is. Guys, thanks for watching. Whatever your thoughts are, let us know in the comment section below. Rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. We really appreciate your support, especially if you've made it this far. And we'll see each other in the next one. Remember to comment as well, guys. Remember to comment. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. Until the next one, guys. Deuces.
Oh man, that was a smooth one. That was Kabbalah level swerving past that one.
Oh,
Of
man.
walls. Which one? Anyway, peace, guys.